Hey everybody, so here's the deal. Our RV shower head and hose is in rough shape. It's actually kind of embarrassing. So today we wanted to show you how easy it can be to replace yours. At least we hope so. We've never done it before. But first, before we get into that, let's show you what the water looks like coming through this one. So as you can see, with our hose being in rough shape, we're actually leaking quite a bit, and that's affecting our pressure. But let's go ahead real quick and show you the different settings on the shower head. There's one, there's one, there's one, and there's one. So really, when we take a shower, we have to use it on the jet stream because that's the one that creates the most pressure that'll bypass the leak we have. As you can see, it's definitely time for an upgrade. Now, we were fortunate enough that when we purchased our RV, the previous owner had already put in an oxygenic shower head. And in the beginning, it worked great, but over time, it started to fall apart, like you could see with the hose. And then also the on-off switch had just popped off at one point, and we had to fix that. So we figured we'd just go with another oxygenic shower head moving forward. But then when we were doing research, we came across a company called EcoCamel, and we really loved their designs and pricing. So we figured we'd give them a go, and here's what we picked up. Before we dive into the products we purchased, we do want to let you guys know that we are in no way affiliated with EcoCamel. We just did our research and really liked what they had to offer, so we elected to go this route. But anyway, here you can see the Jetstorm handheld shower head, and I believe it's on sale right now if you're looking for just a shower head on their website for $39.95. Now, we decided to go this route because it is the one they recommend for RVs, and they also use the technology called air core technology, which uses pressurized air to mix with the water to give you more pressure using less water. Now, we're really interested to see how that works. Next, we have our stainless steel chrome-plated flexi hose, which was an add-on. I believe it was about $14.95. Now, we needed this because our old hose was pretty rough, and at the same time, it was really stiff and hard to work with. Now, the reviews we've read had said this hose is a lot easier to use, and we're really looking forward to seeing if that's the case. Next, we have the shutoff valve, which isn't necessary, but Katie and I really like the option of having it. And at the same time, when we're dry camping, it'll really help us conserve water by being able to shut it off while we're taking a shower. It was another add-on. I believe it was about $8. Next is the Super Power Suction Cup shower head holder. Now, we're probably going to put it in the same spot as our old one, but with it being the suction cup, it's going to be easily movable so that we can really see if there's another spot that'll give us more room while we're taking a shower. Our setup cost $58.01, which we found is pretty comparable to the oxygenic shower head kits you can get out there. Now, we did use a 25% off coupon, and it came with free shipping. But one thing to note here is that EcoCamel is located in the UK, and they said shipping could take up to 7 days. We got ours in 6, which wasn't that big of a deal. Let's get this old shower head and hose out of here. Now, if you're replacing just your shower head, you should be able to unscrew it from the hose and leave the hose attached to your handles. But since we're getting rid of both, we're going to go ahead and take it off from down here. It's as easy as that. Now, one thing you want to make sure to do is make sure that both of your knobs are turned to the off position, because if you do have them on, when you unscrew this, you're probably going to get sprayed. But as easy as that, our old shower head and hose are out. Now, since we got the new suction cup to hold our shower head, we're going to go ahead and take this old mount out. Now, the bottom one down here that holds the hose, we're going to leave it in here and see if we like it with the new hose setup. If we don't, we'll go ahead and take that out as well. So now you can see we have the old mount out and we have two holes up here. So we were wondering how we were going to go ahead and seal these. And what we came across is this Loctite marine adhesive sealant. It's supposed to work with fiberglass. Now they do have kits out there that are specifically made for showers and tubs and things like that when you're repairing holes. We didn't think we needed all that, so we're going to give this a try. If you have a better suggestion for how to patch the holes in fiberglass, definitely let us know. We'd love to hear about it. But before we go ahead and put this up here, I do have a little cloth here with some rubbing alcohol on it, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the surface before we attach this. Now that the surrounding surface is clean and been rubbed off with alcohol, we're going to go ahead and fill the holes with our marine adhesive sealant. Now looking back on this, I probably should have been wearing gloves, which would have made it a lot easier to flatten this out. But I do have a cotton swab here, so I'm going to go ahead and rub it down. And this is like in the past, you know, do as I recommend, not as I do. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wipe these down. So at this stage, I'm actually going to add a little bit more on top, and then we'll go ahead and wipe it down one more time. Alright, now that we have the holes filled with our Loctite marine self-adhesive, we know that it's going to be waterproof. Now it does take about 24 hours to cure, so right now for demonstration purposes and to just get our new shower items installed, we're going to go ahead and install the suction cup underneath it, and then that way we'll be able to get everything up, and then tomorrow, once it's completely dry and cured, we'll go ahead and move it and then take our first shower and see how it goes. First off here, we have our suction cup. I'm going to remove the sealing on the back, and then we'll put it in place. And the way that this works is you actually take this little lever and you push it down, and then it sticks. Good to go. That's in place and ready to roll. So now, just to make sure everything's right, like a glove, now we will move on to the hose. Oh my goodness, this feels so much looser than the other one. So it looks like on either end they have covers and caps that come in it to keep this closed. So we took those off. New hose is attached. We'll come up through here, take off the other protectant sealing. Let this set on the side for a second while we go ahead and get our stopper. Apparently plastic bags are not my friend. So it looks like inside the bag as well they did have another rubber sealer for the other side. Alright, so I actually made a mistake and I put on the stopper before I had pulled it through our little ring here, and since we wanted to test and see how this works, I ended up having to take the stopper off and then put it back, put the hose through the hole, now putting it back on. Perfect. Now we'll grab the shower head. And there that is. And now our new shower head is installed. Well, that was just as easy as we thought. Now we are going to wait, like I said, 24 hours for that to cure before we move it up where we want it. But as far as putting it in, it was pretty straightforward. You connect the hose, connect the stopper, connect the shower head, you're good to go. Now we are eventually going to probably replace our knobs down here, but we think that overall this shower head and this shower hose look a lot better than the one we had before. And I guess we're going to see real quick if it works better. All right, moment of truth time. That's some good pressure there. I think we're going to be happy with that. Let's see if this on and off switch works. So you see that right there. So remember earlier we talked about the technology that they use by putting air up in there. So those are actually the two air vents that let air get up there and mix with the water. And the reason that's dripping is because when you shut it off or turn off the water supply, the water comes back out of the air ports. But anyway, the on-off switch works. All right, so that was just as easy as we thought it was going to be. I'm really happy that it was so simple to get the hose and the new shower head in place. But there are a couple of points we want to point out to you. One is that the shower head does only have the one setting, so you're not able to change it to like a stream or anything like that. However, judging off the pressure we got, I think we're going to be happy with it. And then number two is that our hose wrangler down here, for lack of a better term, I don't think is going to be necessary. With the other one, it was so long we needed it. But with this one being shorter, I think we're going to end up just removing this and plugging those holes also. And then number three is our suction cup. We thought we got the adjustable one. We didn't. So if you're going to want your shower head to tilt up and down, you're probably going to want to go with the adjustable version, which I believe was about $25. Now make sure to check back soon. We are going to put a link in the description box to a post we're going to write, which will let you know how we feel after we actually take a shower with it. And then also I'll include a link to their website in case you want to cruise over there, check it out, see if it's right for you. But if you have a shower head that you absolutely love, we'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. Anyway, that about wraps it up. I thank you guys so much for swinging by today. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.